It's not a secret that a lot of kids become victims of others messing or tampering with kids. We're already fighting against that. So if you get comfortable with that man calling your daughter my wife, my wife, my wife, the next thing you get to know, if you find you become comfortable with that, some wicked or evil others will take advantage of that and mess with the kids. Hello, welcome to the Ila Zaza show, and I'm Ila Plady Zaza. It's good to have you here this time. You know, something has caught my attention. Parents globally, and mainly in my country, Liberia, are fighting against, teenage pregnancy or early pregnancy, children involvement into sexual relationship and all of that. That's a bad idea that all of us don't want to exist. We don't like the fact that kids get pregnant early, and we don't celebrate kids getting involved into sexual relationship very early. And this is a fight, that families are taking, the government is taking, and every person concerned with this kind of matter is taking. But there's a particular practice that undermines this effort. Already we're in a time where we are fighting against the rape against minors, little girls and boys. And we in the same vein, we are fighting against kids getting involved in the sexual relationship very early, which leads to early pregnancy, and which hinders them reaching their full potential in their future. So it's a serious effort that everyone else is putting into this kind of fight. But there is this practice that undermines that effort, or one of the practices that undermines this effort. I grew up in a place where when a kid is born and he or she is growing very well, especially girls, they're growing very well. And, their parents are doing very well, and for them, and the kids look good. Sometimes 8 out of every 10 others, especially males or females, like to keep it balanced, will say, "This is my husband. This is my wife." And I know for some reason it is done out of joke, like out of play or out of love or admiration for the child. But I think it is weird, it is bad, it is very, very uncalled for that the very first thing you want to introduce to a child in the few years, the first few years of their childhood, to be the idea, a concept of boyfriend and girlfriend or husband and wife relationship. It is fair enough when kids are kids. Let them become kids. Let them be kids. Allow them enjoy their childhood. Let them explore and discover themselves, gradually. But introducing the idea of husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, that concept to the kids, for me, I think it is bad. And it promotes all kinds of ugly attitudes. Because mind you, kids, we all been children. We like to explore. We like to discover. We like to find out meaning behind things. In fact, it is weird. Why would you look at a kid? The very first thing you want to say to them is that they are your boyfriend, or they are your wife, or the girl is your wife. Parents need to stand up and start to discourage the act. If you born your girl child, and a man looks at it and says, "Oh, that's my wife," you need to stand right there and correct that. Because in the concept of a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, and a wife, it's not the first thing you want to introduce to a child. There are a lot of things for the kid to learn. There are a lot of things still to be discovered. Why can't you call the girl your daughter? Why can't you call her your mom? Why can't you call her maybe some kind of minister, or maybe a president, or a future leader, or a future doctor? Say something positive. But no, we will just go into that my husband, that my wife, that my home. You need to stop that, because we are already fighting rape against minor. And some of you will sit there, that man will start calling your daughter my wife, my daughter, my wife, my wife. Though, like I said earlier, most of the people do it out of joke or admiration for the child. Other people take advantage of that. And it is wrong for three reasons, in my view. We are, introducing the concept of sexual or boyfriend and girlfriend relationship to a child at that early age is very, very inappropriate. Two, we are fighting against rape. We are fighting against rape. And it's not a secret that a lot of kids become victims of others messing or tampering with kids. You understand? Or tampering with kids. We're already fighting against that. So if you get comfortable with that man calling your daughter my wife, my wife, my wife, the next thing you get to know, if you find you become comfortable with that, some wicked or evil adults will take advantage of that and mess with the kids. The third reason is kids learn to explode. Some of you watching this video right now can testify that you'll find some kids in the age range of 6 to 7 or 5, 4, in between there, you will find them when they're by themselves, they start to explore and discover themselves. Now, some of us that grew up in the interior area of our country, you'll find that we say, they cannot play. That mean the man, that you the pa. And when we are playing, we have the man, we have the pa. And that's not just because we see our parents at home, it's because others are in the business of calling man on their wife and their husband. That's a bad idea, and I feel like people think it's common. People think it is just a saying, but it has a great deal of effect on the kids. They want to know. So you find out that kids, when they are left alone, they're messing with themselves and they're trying to indulge into those practices that others that are considered husband and wife do. And I think it should be abolished. It should be discouraged. This is why I've decided to bring it to our attention, because this is happening and people are feeling comfortable with it. In as much as we're battling rape against children, we are battling, teenage pregnancy or early sexual activity by kids, and don't want our kids to just get introduced to those kind of practices at a very early age. Let me tell you, kids will always grow up and become adults. There are things we have discovered in our life that came with the age or at a certain level. Let that happen. Let the kids explode. Let them be able to live their life as kids. Let them be able to enjoy every level. Stop trying to introduce other, practices that they're not supposed to. The issue of the same way it is dangerous to introduce or give kids alcohol, drug, or other substances at the early age, it is as dangerous as that too for you to be calling those kids your husband and your wife at a very early age. I say this again, the same way it is dangerous to give kids alcohol at a very early age, to discuss give them alcohol or give them drug, it is as dangerous as that for you to be calling those kids your wife and your husband. This is not the first thing they need to know or they want to know. Give them chance. You can't call my daughter, my son, your husband, your wife, especially the girl or the girls, then you expect to walk away with that. We parents now need to stand up against that act. If you want to call somebody your daughter or you want to call somebody your wife, go call your grown-up wife and your wife, or say that to another adult. But let the kids be kids. That'll be fair enough. Thanks for stopping by and thanks for watching this video. Eli P. Zaza, and this is the Eli Zaza Show. I'd like to say comment, like, and share for more contents like this. Thank you. Bye bye. See you another time.